Hi Facebook, I'm sorry. Hi YouTube, I like family and friends. I noticed that kids are being stolen, and sold like flapjacks at IHOP. Even here in America, the land of the free. I'm kind of concerned about the matter. It seems like it's a national problem. It's even touched my lives and a whole bunch of others. So I think that we should all come together and talk about this, because the more that we expose like what's going on, the more that people know the truth, the more that we shall be definitely set free, because we're in fake courts. When like CPS, which is called like Child Protective Services, gets involved, which by the way, I've never abused my kids. Like when they get involved, like say like someone made like an anonymous report and said, uh, uh, Sally Smith down the road has kept her child in a cage because they didn't like Sally or whatever. Well, then like DCF comes out. They have, that's what we call Child Protective Services in our state, but in different states it's called different names, like HRS, DCF. There's different names, but it's all CPS. They come out and they're like, you must let us in. They try to intimidate you, or they try to be your friend, like, hi, we're just here to see the children. And if you've never dealt with them before, you let them in because you're like, we have nothing to hide, we've done nothing wrong. But then once they get in your door, it's just problems from hell since then, because then you've given them consent. So on my door, I have a sign that says, when you enter my door, you consent to video and audio recording. If they have some kind of problem with that, that indicates that they're coming over to break the law. That indicates that they're coming over to act unprofessionally. That indicates that they're coming over to try to intimidate me into signing papers with lies on them. It's just like the maintenance man in my apartment complex that would come into my house while I was in the shower, and then I would say, I'm in the shower, as if they wouldn't hear the water running, and then as if they didn't read between the lines, that means you need to leave and come back when I'm not in the shower, especially when it's a female voice. I would clearly say, you need to leave and come back later while I'm not in the shower, and they would try to continue doing their jobs. Or they would come over and ask me personal questions, and then when the job was done, still try to harass me in my own apartment complex that I rent. Or they would not repair things, or they would leave things in my apartment, and then the management would tell me that I needed to remove the items when it was not my job, and would scream that at me. Her name was Vicky Burke. She was a stinking ass bitch, and she doesn't work here anymore. And so many people agree. I only speak facts. I only speak truth. Basically, what's going on is I'm speaking the truth. That's what I'm doing. That's what my Facebook channel is about. I'm about peace and love, but I'm also about standing up and standing up for the right causes. So I just thought I would get on here and tell you guys, start exposing for people that haven't had to deal with a child protective service, doesn't know how it works. I want you to know, how it works, so that you cannot be bamboozled. I want you to know that then they will order you to go to court. They're breaking the Constitution, and this will not be going on for much longer, because we have what's called a family rights and civil rights movement. It's just like when people of color were not even allowed to have rights that they should have, as every American should have, based on the Constitution, and they fought for their rights. That's what's going on here. And it's just that some people don't realize that the most sacred of rights, which is the parental rights, are being violated. They're coming in without warrants. They're coming in without letters signed by judge and removing children. 15% of children that are removed from their parents or caregivers' home and custody are not even abused. This is a money-making business. Most caseworkers, judges, lawyers are all in it to make money off of the children, off of the parents, and most likely terminate the parental rights on illegal grounds with that motive in mind the whole time. Then they do what's called a forced adoption that is illegal. And if you do attempt that or do that with my kids, this is a fair warning. You will be held accountable legally. You will be sued. I will put you in jail. You could be fined. You will lose your job, and you will be exposed for all to see what you did, because judges and police officers take an oath to protect and be our servants. We the people. You and I are we the people. That's what it says in the Constitution. That's what we are. And whenever our rights are infringed on, we are to speak up and make sure that that does not happen. We have the right to govern ourselves when our government has turned into tyranny. Okay? If they're being terrorists and they're breaking the Constitution, I'm not a criminal. I've committed no offense. If I've abused my children, why am I not sitting in jail or prison? Because I did not abuse my children, nor will I. If that was the case, then I do belong in jail and to get some help or whatever, and then to return kids to me. So basically, that's what I have to say about that. As far as everything else, I'm still doing everything I can to, I'm still dealing with these people, and I'm dealing with a mom that comes into court and lies, and if the majority, if not all the time, hearsay is being used, treated as if it's proof or evidence, which is a breaking of the Constitution. We do not, in dependency court, when they have removed our child, for whatever make-believe reason, they're not allowing us to use our Sixth Amendment in these dependency courts, which is our right in the U.S. Constitution of America, to face our accuser. So a criminal has more rights than a parent, or a person with a car has more rights to their car at this time in America than to their children. So if you think this is wrong and you would like to take a stand because you just feel like it's wrong, or if you know someone that this has happened to, that they've talked about this, a sister, a friend, a coworker, a church member, a person you've just spoke to, and this isn't the first time you've heard something like this, then feel free to leave a comment if you understand that it can happen to you even. Whether you have abused your kids or not, whether you're rich, middle class, or financially what they call poor, comment. These are real issues. I told everybody I might start talking about real issues. I just did. I get on here, I be funny, I talk about my lip fillers. I talk about I show my kids and I be a mom. I do show my makeup getting put on. I do cute and fun things, and then now I'm talking about real things. So I hope that helps someone. Thank you for letting me share. My name is Rayanne, and this is my YouTube channel. If you haven't already clicked and subscribe, please subscribe to my channel. We all have the pursuit to happiness, and that's that. Thank you very much. Yeah, press subscribe and tell me what you think. Bye. Peace be with you and God bless.